Okay. Kayla got the 111, number 111. Sipping lemonade, throwing light shade. Okay.
What's good, everyone? I'm Kayla Got the 111. I'm back for another What's Good episode. I'm here with the beautiful Janelle Symone. How are you doing, girl? We were talking earlier, girl. You slayed your face quickly.
30 minutes. It's a 30-minute slave to get into the place, honey, because I was rushing. But I'm great. How are you, Kayla?
I'm doing good. You know, this segment is called What's Good. And I've been asking artists, especially lately, like, what's good with you mentally and emotionally? Like, how are you?
Good. I'm a little scared with everything going on in the news with Ukraine and Russia. Nuclear tensions are high, and I just can't understand for the life of me how we have people in power that could be so negligent when it comes to human lives, and they'll just be like, I don't care about y'all, we're gonna blow some stuff up.
Girl, that's the thing that's really been bothering me. You guys don't know right now, you know, as we're talking, the whole mess is going on with Russia and Ukraine, is that Russia has been practicing for months. They've been over there training. So what did y'all think they was over there doing? Y'all thought they was playing? Like, so this it's really sad. It's such a wicked world. So we got soldiers over there. They can't, not soldiers, some Black Africans, Americans over there. They can't get back home. So we're going to keep them in our prayers. But I feel you, girl, my anxiety is a little, you know, a little shaky. You know, you don't know. You're going to wake up and hit some boom. You don't know what's going on.
Like the people in Ukraine, like they didn't know. They didn't know. And so, I mean, it's just terrible. It is a terrible situation. And prayers go out to them, but it is kind of ridiculous that even in the face of immediate danger and threat, that racism still prevails, you know?
Girl, don't get me started about them videos I seen with them Black and them Africans. Oh, girl, that made me, and
that racism still prevails.
It's really messed up. I think at this time, I'm noticing that a lot of artists, artists like Young Thug, he offered to help any kind of way that he can. He's just trying to find the right person to be able to collectively get them together to get them out of there. So I like the fact that there are artists who have the money, have the platform to help each other out. This is the time where we need each other. But also, you know, in all these trying times, girl, I listen to your music, and your music is fun, it's upbeat, it's funky. And it's like, it's music to put you in a good mood. So what type of music were you listening to when you were a kid?
The same kind, but a little bit more slower. Like I'm a Anita Baker. Like I grew up with an old school mom. So even growing up in the 2000, well, I'm a 90s baby, but 2000, grew up in the 2000s. It's that soul. So yeah, I listened to a lot of Anita Baker, Tina Marie, Shaka Khan. You know, Earth, Wind, and Fire. She kept us on that type. You know, she also had her ratchet side, because we definitely listened to some Big Pun and some other stuff we shouldn't have been listening to as kids, but we was there for it.
And you know, even I'm a 90s baby too. I'm 91. Remember back then, music, you couldn't really tell what they were talking about, right? Until you got older, you were like, okay, now you know exactly what they just vulgar. Ain't no clever way of writing it. They just coming on out and just saying it. That's what I really miss about that genre back then.
The writing was something. Like people knew how to hide things. It used to be in your windows, right? But we got to also admit, you had people like Little Kim, and Little Kim didn't have no windows at all. She was talking about riding and, you know, sucking it from behind. She was doing all of that. But music evolves, and what I don't like about today's music is that there's not a diversity. There's not a variety of artists that sound different, and you know they're just different. We had that back in the 2000s. You know, we had many different artists, but now everybody just sounds the same. I can't tell who's little who's what. I don't know.
Girl, you sound like me. I said that same thing. I said, man, they all start. I was telling the producer on here, I was like, they all just started to sound the same at this point. But your music, like you talked about how your mom, the type of music that she was listening to, I can just imagine that a lot of women are your core audience. Is that true?
Yep. Yeah.
So what is the message that you want women to take away from your music when they listen to it?
I want them to take away the fact that, like, look, we all go through the same things. I don't care how beautiful you are. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care like what side of the world you live on. We all collectively have to deal with these men. Okay? We all got to deal with these men. And it's a different set of issues when you're a Black woman traversing what it is to be Black woman in America and dealing with the trauma of, you know, toxic masculinity, because it's real. So I want people to take away from my music that we have so much stuff in common with Prove It To Me. That's one of those things. And then also, like, you're never too uppity, too whatever, too old to have fun. That's a message.
I love that too, especially if you don't notice a lot of women who are 40s and 50s years old. I'm cool with a lot of women who are older and they look good. They going out, they're dating. They're not letting society put them in a box just based off their age. And you spoke on the song also, Prove It To Me. Where was your mind and heart at doing that song?
So I wrote it for a friend. Me and him were going through some issues, and I just want to just really quickly say, I've never really had a good relationship with men. You know, my stepfather was trash. I didn't know my real dad. My brothers were sometimes bullies, you know, but they loved me, but they had a very aggressive way of showing that love. And then when I ended up getting into relationships, I started realizing, like, yo, men really don't really care about how they make us feel. And it's treacherous. So I've always had, you know, friends that were girls. My first male friend actually happened about 3 years ago. I had never been that close to a man without there being some type of romantic interest. But, you know, he looked at me one day, he was like, you know, you think I hurt you? And I said, like, I'm betting on it, you're a man. And he said, like, no, you haven't even given me a chance. So right now, sometimes it takes a man to heal what another man is broken.
Girl.
So he healed me from feeling like there were no men in this world that could love a woman beyond their own, yeah, I can't even get the words out, but yeah, their own self-interest.
I feel you. It's so funny. I was telling somebody, I don't really have a lot of male friends. And the reason why that could be because of normally I'm thinking I just want a friendship. Then all of a sudden you want to tell me you got feelings for me. And it's like, what? Like why we can't be just friends? Like, why did you have to take it there? Like, is those some of the experiences that you were meeting with guys, like they wanted more than just friendship?
Yeah, I dealt with that. I dealt with guys who said they didn't want anything and then played the role. I've dealt with a plethora of different guys, just, you know, and not saying, oh, that sounded so wrong. I haven't been around the block, but, you know, I ain't been on the corner either. I've had my time, but guys are different. And sometimes you have a guy who acts like Prince Charming and he's really a wolf in sheep clothing. You know?
What? And it's so crazy. I had an OG tell me this too. He told me, stop telling men what you're looking for in a man, because what he's doing is he's taking notes and he's prepping himself to be that type of guy. That's why as months go by, he showed his ass. I was like, oh, so now you know, you probably heard that. What do you bring to the table? What do you table?
Don't you say, what do I bring to the table? Or
no,
you asking?
That thing like on TikTok where a lot of guys were saying, asking women, what do you bring to the table? That started
I am the table
discussion. Okay, we are the table. So I really love the fact that you have a message in your music where all women can relate to, what I definitely can relate to, because I'm single, I'm out here dating, and it's trash. Okay, but not all men are the same.
Are trash. No, there's some, just like my friend, there are some that are really good men, but it's bad that we got to sift through all the bad ones first. It's more bad than good, and that's absolutely true. That's absolutely true.
Yeah, I can attest to that. And speaking of your friend, like, you know, a lot of artists, they always say that the support normally comes when they make it. Like, who around you, as far as support system, that you can like shout out, that you can go to for advice that's been there for you?
So my friend, SP the writer, Curtis Hill, my MUA, my makeup artist, who taught me a little thing or two about, you know, doing a quick beat, Sasha Maritza. I have a network, Gigi. I got so many people in my corner that support me and love me. So many people that I've met like one time and they saw me at a show or a performance and they like decided to Instagram me and we stayed close. I'm honored with the people who decided to plant themselves in my life and be fruitful.
That's amazing. And I think, have you ever heard of that saying too, where they say that you can meet somebody a month ago, and they'll support you more than somebody you've known for 10 years. And especially in this industry, you're starting to meet other creatives and like-minded people who are just like you. So they tend to get it more. Especially, that's what I've noticed being a creative, that I'm meeting so many artists and people that do like creative work. They get it. They get it. Sometimes you just need people around you that actually get it. Now tell me about Love Bug Nation, okay?
Love Bug Nation. So Love Bug is my name. So my ex-husband is so crazy. My ex-husband used to call me Love Bug. And I used to call him Chipmunk. And we honestly got a divorce. We was only married for 5 months. And when I started looking for names to call the people who are my supporters, I didn't want to do anything too crazy or too something that was inorganic. So I was like, oh, Love Bug. And so Love Bug Nation is just my group of people who support me. Now we small now, okay? We small now, but it's growing. It's growing. I love it.
That's where those cute little names come from. Oh my God. So your ex-husband gave you that name. Okay. That's so sweet. It's sweet. Y'all, is y'all okay?
No, I mean, we don't talk. I haven't spoken to him in 4 years. But, he was the catalyst that I needed in order to start this Alex gonna get on my nerves. He was the catalyst that I needed to start my music career, because when we broke up, I was like, dang. And it made me aware that life is short. Things don't go as planned. So whatever you got inside of you, whatever that thing is that you think about and you dream about, instead of putting that off, do it. Because at the end of the night, your husband can leave you. Your kids gonna leave you. You don't want to be in a room left with nothing but your shoulda, coulda, wouldas. So go after your dream, boo-boo.
Well, shout out to him for inspiring something great. And then when you get to that point where you're gonna have millions and millions and millions of Love Bug Nation, sir, don't be trying to come ask for no cut of money, okay?
No.
Cut of money. So now we're gonna have some fun and we're gonna get to know you a little better. So you have a single called All Night. I'm gonna ask you a few lovey-dovey questions, just so you know. Are you single?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So people watching, they may want to go look around and get to know you better. And these questions are gonna help them out with that. So the first one is: do you prefer dates at night or during the day?
Dates at night. It's something about the sun. When the sun goes down, honey, and the lights lit up. The lights are on. I love it.
Yes. Okay. Next. What is one thing you notice first in a guy?
I notice his kindness, like the little things that, like opening up the doors, being nice. You got to be nice to the waiter too. Guys, let me tell you something. If you cannot be nice to the people that serve you,
yes.
I don't want you. I don't want you.
That says a lot too. Like, I remember dating with a guy once, and he was just so nasty to the lady because she had an accent and he couldn't understand it. And I was like, like you ain't got a home training. Those are
stage left.
Next, what is the worst date that you've ever had? If none, what was the best date?
Actually, I have both, but I'm gonna tell you the worst date. The worst, because that was a question. The worst that I went on was exactly what you just said. God took me out to a nice fancy restaurant. We had valet parking. The guy who was supposed to valet parking was still sitting there waiting. So it was cold. So he gets out and he started cussing the guy out, which I felt like he went overboard, but the aggression was needed because we waited out there for a long time for the guy to come valet parking. We go in and the waiter was so cool. He was so nice, but he was so hyped up off of being angry just a few moments ago. He brought all that attention into this guy. And so and then more stuff happened that night. We got pulled over by the cops. This man didn't have no license. It was a lot. But anyway, it's a lot, girl.
Oh my God, like they talk about going down here. Okay. But what about the best date? Let's talk about the best date. What was the best date?
The best, I've had some pretty good dates, yo. And so the best date that I had, Jesus, I'm gonna tell you one. So I went out with one of my friends, and we were romantic at this point. And I've never been bar hopping before. But we bar hopped all over the city. He introduced, and I was new to the city at this time, this particular city. I was new to, and we bar hopped all over. And we landed in this one bar where they was playing like, you want it? Was it Ginger Wine? Anyway, Pony. And he started giving me a lap dance for everybody. And this old white couple, the white lady came up and put $1 in his hands. And I still got $1 to this day. I put it in my journal.
Oh my God, that's so sweet. That's fun. You know what I'm saying? Like when you God has a personality, you can have some fun. I can't stay up more than days. I be telling you I'm so tired of going out to restaurants and being bored. Honey, it excite me. That's how you get a call back. And last, we're gonna finish the song lyric. You know that I love you, baby.
You know that I can treat you right.
Yes, come on now. Yes, perfect. I love it. So you have a lot going on for 2022. I see you are preparing for the Blackout Performance. So tell me what's going on with that. Like, how are you preparing for it? What can we expect from it?
So expect a lot. It's done. We recorded it. It's going to come out on the 4th. And it's me and my element. We got smokes, we got lights, I got dancers. It's the stage. I love stage work. I'm a performer. I'm a performer at heart. I'm a performer at heart. So you guys are going to be getting a taste of what it is that I do. And keep in mind that as artists, we all evolve. So this is like my next evolution. So that's what people are going to see. We're moving from, okay, she on like level 5 right now. We see her to be like, oh, she on beast mode. That's what you should expect.
So you have band. Are you going to have a band as well too?
Yes, the band is there. Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's really important for singers to start incorporating bands more? Because you see that with Bruno Mars and Jasmine Sullivan. And I feel like when you have a band behind you and you are really, it just all comes together smoothly. Like, how important is it for you to still have a band incorporated in your performances?
I think it's very important. I think when you go up there and it's just a DJ or it's just somebody and you that you take away from the show, it really depends upon what type of entertainer you are. But I'm a full-blown entertainer. So I need for people to enjoy the aspect. And when you're in the audience, you're looking at all this stuff. You're looking at the background singers. You're looking at the band. Like, that's what's going to move and groove people. Sometimes the old school is the best way to do it because they knew how, Shaka Khan, Patti LaBelle, they knew how to entertain a crowd and a whole entire room full of people.
Mm-hmm. And I know personally for me, when I go to performance, I'm always like, look at the dude on the drums, who is doing it? Like, look at the dude on the guitar. Like, I always notice it. Like when you said about where your eyes go, because I'm observing anyways, I'm always checking out those people, and it's important to like uplift the band because a lot of these bands, they really bring these performances together. I wish more singers start incorporating it more because sometimes that's all you need is to boost your performance. So what do you have coming for 2022? Give us a 411.
So, girl, let me get it from 2022. I have a lot going on. We're supposed to be doing a lot of shows. We're getting back. Everybody's outside now, live in effect. So we want to go back because that's where I live and breathe. I live and breathe on stage. That's where I get my zhuzhes on stage, not the studio. I'm scared of the studio still to this day. So we got a lot of performances going on, a lot of interviews. I just got a message about doing a mini tour with another company. So I'm going to look into that. Derek, don't kill me. And we got more music coming out. We're just in the preliminary stages of shooting another video. And then the album Good Girl TV is supposed to be coming out June or the summer of this year. So I'm excited.
I love that name, Good Girl TV. Like, how did you come up with that name? Because I'm considered a good girl. Like, people call me a good girl, and I had to embrace it. Like, I am a good girl, like, but I'm fly and I'm pretty. So what's up? Like, how did you come up with that name?
I came on Good Girl TV because the song was called Good Girl. I wrote the song like 4 or 5 years ago. And my producer produced the song, but I love that TV element. Like, I love the static, the news reports, not the Amber Alerts because those are bad. But like everything about TV, the quickest way that we as a human race and we as a people get our information is through the television. That's all we do, whether you get it from the television that's on your wall or you get it from the television that's in your hand. We get it from a screen. So I want to incorporate that about how you take the gaze and the insight and the onlook of women like ourselves, good girls, and what we really truly feel, because it ain't all that pretty.
Okay, it really ain't. It really ain't. Guys, have you ever had a guy tell you that you're like, you're too good? Yeah.
And he cheated still. He cheated.
And then 5 years they come back knocking on your door like, no thank you.
Don't knock on my door.
Exactly. Janelle, was so great talking to you.